and R, and today we are going to discuss about the topic of types of research. So let's discuss about research can be classified based on several criteria, based on approach and based on purpose. Based on purpose, there are two categories: basic research and applied research. Then basic research, it is a fundamental or pure research is performed without a specific purpose in mind. Specifically, with the help of this research, the person know that how to do the research. The research project which you have done in your academic period, that is actually the basic research. You have to learn about the steps of research. Then next is basic research have some following aims: gather and generate information, expand the body of knowledge to improve understanding about a discipline. The meaning of discipline here is related to profession, like our discipline is nursing. Then develop or refine theories and principles. Already exists something, we do some work to refine. Then applied research, it refers to those studies that have functional purposes and practical use or application. For example, these days we all are suffering from coronavirus, and most of the medical professionals try to do the applied research related to investigate or invent the vaccine related to the coronavirus. And when someone invent that particular vaccine, that will be applied on the patients suffering from coronavirus. Okay. Then applied research conducted to resolve following issues, like solve problems, make decisions, evaluate something of interest, and develop something new for immediate use. Like these days the scenario is one biggest problem and everyone try to solve that and develop something new for immediate use. If someone invent the new vaccination for corona, that is develop and we have to use immediately on our patient. Then based on approach, it is divided into two: qualitative research and quantitative research. What is qualitative research? It is also 5 types: phenomenology research, ethnography research, grounded theory research, case study research, and historical research. What is phenomenology research? Here the client or the sample share with us their experience related to any problem. For example, if we talk about this talk with the people who have suffered with tsunami and share their experience with us, that is phenomenology research. Ethnography research, we have to know about some culture in depth. For example, if we want to know about some particular area, particular caste, we would like to know about the particular caste and their ritual in their personal life. Ethnography research. And grounded theory research, here we have do something in depth, we do in-depth study to generate new theories. And case study research, we have mainly focus on one area. And historical research, which we have done on the past events. Then qualitative research, it involves an in-depth understanding of human behavior and the reasons that govern human behavior. And in this study, data analyzed on the basis of words, pictures, or objects. And here we do not need a huge number of samples. Then qualitative research has the following main features. It concerned with opinions, experiences, and feelings of individuals. It describes social phenomena as it occur naturally. For example, if we talk about 1984 events happened with the sick people, and we meet with some individuals. They are the witness of that particular time, and share their experience with us, and share their opinions why that happened and how it was prevented. Okay, then understanding of situation is gained gradually through a holistic perspective. When the sample give knowledge to us and give detail some particular event, that is the step by step we understand the event. And data collected through direct interaction with individual. We talk with their sample, not only one day, so many days we meet with our sample and talk with them. After that we reach up to the level of an analysis. And data collection is time consuming, so much time required here. Then small sample are there. If we have only 5, 10 or 15 samples, that is sufficient. Then reliability and validity differ from quantitative research. Next is quantitative research. There is a 3 types of quantitative research: experimental research, quasi-experimental research, and non-experimental research. Experimental research, actually the observation, the researcher done the observation under the controlled situation, and here the manipulation of the independent variables are done in the presence of randomization and control. What is randomization? We choose our sample randomly. For example, I don't know about the roll number of my students which are participate in my study as a sample, and I have to choose my sample with the help of cheat system and any other way randomly. Okay, and in experimental research we see the effect of independent variable on the dependent variable. What is independent variable? If someone go for the study to provide structured teaching program on the students of BSc third year, the topic related to anything low birth weight, and the low birth weight lecture or STP is independent, and the knowledge of the students depends on that particular lecture. Okay, the knowledge of the students dependent on what? On structured teaching program. Then quasi-experimental research, what is that? Here the manipulation of the variables, the manipulation of the independent variables occur, but here one thing is missing from randomization or control. Then non-experimental research, it is a research design in which neither the variables are deliberately manipulated nor the setting controlled. Researcher observe the phenomena which occur naturally without any interference, and no external variables are introduced here. Then next is non-experimental, have also 3 kinds. Descriptive research. Descriptive research, what is that? It is in this research we observe and describe the situation, and we observe, describe and document the situation. Exploratory study, exploratory research, we have explore something, okay, used to identify and explore to describe existing phenomena and it is related factors. And correlational research, here we judge the correlation between 2 things. For example, someone have a habit of smoking, and the habit of smoking affects their lungs. That is relationship between smoking and lung cancer, that is correlation. Then quantitative research is, it is an inquiry into an identified problem based on testing a theory composed of variables measured with numbers and analyzed using statistical techniques, descriptive statistics or inferential. Then next is comparison between quantitative and qualitative research. In general nature, in quantitative we use objective approach to seek precise measurement in numerical form, and in qualitative we use subjective approach to seek in-depth description in narrative form. Means subjective approach, our sample give us their experience to us, and in objective approach we do our work according to our experience, and in subjective according to sample experience. Then knowledge of study variable. In quantitative, variables are clearly understood and defined in advance by the researcher. When we select our research problem, that time we know about the variables. But in qualitative, researcher may have only rough idea about variables in advance. Then aims to identify in quantitative, to identify and count the variable to test or refine the theories and hypotheses they already know, and qualitative to collect complete detailed description of variables to develop theories and assumptions. Next is research problem. In quantitative, problem is deductively reasoned which does not change over the course of the study. What do you mean by deductively reasoned? Deductive means we collect the data, or we collect the data from many samples, and when we collect the data from 60 sample or 100 sample, we think that the same situation happened with the another one. Means it is general to specific. The information collected from the many people and applied, and think about same thing happened with the 2 or 3 another one. And in qualitative there is an inductive reason, because there is a very less number of samples are there, that's why it is specific to general. If we have 5 samples related to who have experienced with the tsunami, and give us share their experience with us, and we think about the another people suffered with this condition that time, they also have the same experience. Okay, means specific to general. Deductive means general to specific, and inductive means specific to general, and constantly reformulated during the course of the study. Then planning. In quantitative, all aspects of the study are carefully designed before data is collected, everything is settled. And in qualitative, spelling mistake are there. Qualitative, the design emerges as the study unfolded. When we advance in our study, that time our design or another things are day to day going to change. There are research design in quantitative, experimental, quasi-experimental and non-experimental. In qualitative, phenomenology research, ethnography, grounded theory, case study research and historical research. Then sample. In quantitative studies are conducted on large representative samples to generalize the research findings, and in qualitative research studies are in-depth studies and have small samples. Generalization of finding generally not possible. Then data. Quantitative data is easier to collect, facilitates the testing of hypotheses. Hypotheses are we predict something before happened, and but may miss contextual details. And in qualitative, data is richer, time consuming and less generalizable. Next is tools. Here in quantitative, we use the structured or semi-structured tools to collect numerical data such as questionnaires, opinions poll, and in qualitative, less formally structured instruments like participative observation, in-depth interviews and focused group discussions are there. After that, methods. Researcher tends to remain objectively separated from the subject matter, and in qualitative, researchers tends to become subjectively immersed in the subject matter. Sorry, the qualitative spellings are wrong. Kindly take care. Then analysis. Analysis of numerical data through descriptive and inferential statistics in case of quantitative, and in case of qualitative, the analysis of data such as words, pictures, or objects present of that particular time through descriptive coding, indexing, narrations, integrative diagrams, thematic analysis. I hope you have clear with this lecture. If you feel any kind of problem, kindly inform me. I will surely help you. Thank you very much.